The drama starts with Song Chinian, who is a mute girl. She is going towards her husband Shen Qian's bedroom, carrying soup. Shen Qian has lost a part of his memory in an accident, and he now did not remember the moments spent with Song Chinian. He also did not remember that Song Chinian was his true love. He only remembered that at the time of the accident, Lin Kitong had come and saved him. Therefore, Shen Qian thinks that Lin Kitong is his true love, and Lin Kitong has been in a coma for 3 years. Shen Qian was lying drunk, and Song Chinian goes and sits near him and thinks, in these 3 years, other people only know that I am your secretary, but in reality, I am your wife, whom you did not want to accept. But I will not blame you for this, because your memory is gone. I will remind you of myself. While thinking this, she had come very close to Shen Qian. Just then, Shen Qian grabs her hand and says with slight anger, I am drunk? Is that why you were trying to get close to me? Song Chinian shakes her head no. Shen Qian says, 3 years ago, you and your mom played a dirty trick to get me to marry you. Now you want to try it again? Song Chinian is not saying anything, so Shen Qian yells at her and then says, oh, I forgot that you are mute. You cannot speak. And he turns her over and lays her on the bed. Song Chinian gestures. You are misunderstanding. I am here. I brought hangover soup for you. Shen Qian spills the soup right there and says, every night, you get ready like this and wait for me. Is this not to impress me? Song Chinian thinks to herself, it has been 3 years, and we still have not cleared the misunderstanding between us. But whatever happens, I will always wait for you. Shen Qian starts getting close to her, but just then he gets a call from the hospital. He gets off the bed and receives the call. After talking, he says to Song Chinian, Lin Kitong needs blood, so you come to the hospital with me. Actually, the blood that Lin Kitong, who was in a coma, needed to regain consciousness was very rare, but Song Chinian's blood type matched Lin Kitong's. Therefore, at Shen Qian's behest, Song Chinian had to give her blood to her. Today, too, Shen Qian was taking her to the hospital for this reason. Song Chinian says, my dad is sick. I want him to be released for medical treatment. Shen Qian says angrily, if your dad, in his greed, had not kidnapped Lin Kitong, she would not be lying in bed for 3 years today. And if you do not want your dad to die in jail, then do as I say. Then Shen Qian picks her up in his arms, carries her outside, and puts her in his car. And they both leave for the hospital. At the hospital, the nurse asks Song Chinian, Lin Kitong needs 300 cubic centimeters of blood. Will your body be able to handle it? To this, Shen Qian says, yes, she will. She is used to it. There were tears in Song Chinian's eyes. Then, the nurse transfers Song Chinian's blood into Lin Kitong's body. After this, Song Chinian is taken to another room. Shen Qian asks the doctor, how long until Lin Kitong recovers? The doctor says, Lin Kitong's condition has mostly recovered, but we cannot say when she will wake up. It might take 1 or 2 months, or even 2 or 3 years for her to wake up. Then, the doctor informs him, Song Chinian's condition is very bad. She also has low blood in her body, and the doctor suggests he get some supplements for Song Chinian. He says yes to this. The doctor leaves from there. Just then, Shen Qian starts feeling a slight pain in his head, and he remembers a small scene of his lost memory when his accident happened. He tells his assistant, when I had my accident, it was Lin Kitong who saved me. She gave me a new life, so until she wakes up, I will protect her. The next day, Shen Qian takes Song Chinian to a party. Song Chinian looked a bit uncomfortable in the outfit she was wearing. She says to Shen Qian, do you think this outfit is okay? Shen Qian says, yes, it is fine. Let's go. The client is waiting for us. Song Chinian thinks to herself, this is the first time Shen Qian has brought me to meet his friend. I must not mess up here. Then they both reach the hotel's dinner room, where the party was today. Shen Qian's clients were sitting there, with whom he had to sign a business deal. A client named Mr. Liang. Song Chinian sits next to him. Introducing Song Chinian to all of them, Shen Qian says, this is my secretary. To this, Mr. Liang says, you are very lucky. Your secretary is very beautiful, and I hope your wife is even more beautiful. At this, everyone at the party laughs, and then everyone drinks together. Meanwhile, Mr. Liang was flirting with Song Chinian and trying to get close to her, and then everyone tells Song Chinian to dance there for them. Mr. Liang says, Mr. Shen Qian's secretary must be this talented. Then, people start forcing Song Chinian to stand on the table and dance. Song Chinian thinks, my dad's condition depends on Shen Qian, so I cannot do anything wrong. Song Chinian, who looked very helpless, reluctantly starts climbing onto the table. But just then, Guan Mingshu arrives, and seeing Song Chinian in this state, he says to all those people, are you guys sitting here in a group? just to harass a girl? Then we are shown a flashback scene where Song Qinyan had once saved Guan Mingsu's life, and since then he had started liking Song Qinyan. The scene returns to the present, where Guan Mingsu, while returning her ID card to Song Qinyan, tells her that she had left it at the hotel. At this, other people gossip saying that Song Qinyan had gone to the hotel with Guan Mingsu. What a characterless girl she is. Seeing all this, Shen Qian gets very angry, and he grabs Song Qinyan's hand and takes her from there. Song Qinyan comes to the washroom, washes her face, and is relaxing a bit when Shen Qian comes there. And grabbing her, he asks angrily, "What is your relationship with Guan Mingsu? The way he looks at you, I hate it." Song Qinyan gestures, "I have no relationship with Guan Mingsu." Just then, Shen Qian grabs her and starts kissing her, but Song Qinyan pushes him away and starts to leave. But Shen Qian grabs her again and starts kissing her non-stop. After a while, he says to her, "Until Lin Kitong gets well, you have to stay with me. Now go sit in the car and do not come back to the dinner room." Saying this, Shen Qian leaves from there. After he leaves, Song Qinyan, who was a bit drunk from drinking, is staggering out of the hotel. Just then, a man who was in the dinner room a while ago stops Song Qinyan and seats her beside him and says, "People who do not drink regularly should take a medicine after drinking." And he gives a medicine to Song Qinyan. As soon as she takes it, she starts feeling dizzy and faints. When Shen Qian returns to the dinner room, Mr. Liang asks him where Song Qinyan is. So he says, "She drank too much, so I sent her back home." Over here, that same man takes Song Qinyan and lays her in a room. After some time, Mr. Liang comes into that room and starts harassing her and tries to force himself on her. Mr. Liang says to her, "Your Shen Qian has sold you to me." Song Qinyan thinks, "How can he do this to me?" And she is struggling to free herself from Mr. Liang. She finds a lamp right there, which she hits on Mr. Liang's head and runs out of that room. Meanwhile, when Shen Qian comes to his car and does not find Song Qinyan there, he starts looking for her. Just then, he finds out that that man has sent Song Qinyan to Mr. Liang's bedroom. Shen Qian first hits him, and then runs towards Mr. Liang's room. Over here, Song Qinyan had come out of the room, but Mr. Liang was dragging her back again. Just then, Shen Qian comes running there and kicks Mr. Liang, knocking him down. Mr. Liang says to him, "Are you going crazy? Do you even realize how much you will benefit from our contact? This will be the biggest deal of the year for your group, and in return, you leave Song Qinyan in my room tonight." Shen Qian says, "I don't want to make any deal now," and he lands a strong punch on his face. Then he lifts Song Qinyan in his arms and takes her from the hotel. In the car, they both are sitting quietly. Then Song Qinyan gestures and asks him, "How could you give me to someone else like that?" Shen Qian says, "It was not me who sent you to that room." Then Song Qinyan kisses Shen Qian right there and thinks, "When will you remember our past?" Then we see a scene from their past where Shen Qian had brought a small whistle for Song Qinyan and says, "As long as you blow this whistle, I will come to you." The scene returns to the present, where Song Qinyan and Shen Qian were very close, and this was making his assistant feel a bit awkward. In the next scene, we see Song Qinyan lying on the bed. She is sleeping, and the doctor is checking her up. After the checkup, he tells Shen Qian, "Song Qinyan's condition is fine now, but in the future, never let her drink this much, and also take care of her health because she is very weak." Saying this, the doctor leaves from there. Shen Qian, looking at Song Qinyan, says, "You have endured a lot of pain for 3 years, and I never even paid attention. But today, when you fell ill, I am also feeling hurt." Then Shen Qian's gaze falls on the ring Song Qinyan is wearing on her hand. Seeing it, he remembers a scene. His grandma had brought that ring for Song Qinyan and Shen Qian's wedding. Grandma says to Shen Qian, "You put this ring on Song Qinyan," but he does not do so. So Song Qinyan herself takes that ring with her hand and puts it on her finger. The scene cuts here. Shen Qian says, "I never even put a ring on you, yet you are my wife." Shen Qian falls asleep sitting right there. In the morning, when Song Qinyan opens her eyes, she sees Shen Qian sitting right there, sleeping. A little later, he suddenly wakes up, remembering a scene from the past. Song Qinyan asks him, "Were you here with me last night?" Instead of answering her question, he asks her another question. "Is your health better now?" Just then, a lady servant brings breakfast and medicines for Song Qinyan. Shen Qian tells Song Qinyan, "I just got a call from the hospital. Your blood might be needed again for Lin Kitong." Hearing this, Song Qinyan feels very hurt. Tears come to her eyes and she thinks, "Am I just like a tool for you? When will you remember our memories?" Shen Qian tells her to have breakfast and leaves from there. When Shen Qian sits in his car to go to the company, his assistant gives him an invitation card. It was an invitation card for someone's birthday in the Lin family, in which Song Qinyan was specially invited. Looking at it, Shen Qian thinks, the Lin family hates Song Qinyan. Then why have they invited her to the birthday? After this, Shen Qian brings Song Qinyan to the hospital again the next day to give blood to Lin Kitong. Just then, his grandma arrives there, and yelling at Shen Qian, she says, "How can you give your wife's blood to some unknown girl?" Shen Qian tells her, "Lin Kitong is not some unknown girl. She is the one who risked her life to save me. And Song Qinian is the daughter of the man who caused Lin Kitong's accident. So shouldn't she pay for her dad's mistakes?" Grandma says, "Song Qinian's dad is already in jail. Then for what are you punishing Song Qinian?" Shen Qian says, "I love Lin Kitong." At this, Grandma slaps him, and angrily yelling at him says, "You cannot use your wife's blood for another girl." To this, Shen Qian says, "It was Song Qinian's mom who suggested the blood transfusion, and in return, she takes a lot of money from me." Grandma says, "Song Qinian is your wife. Value her." And then Grandma tells them both to come home with her. She holds Song Qinian's hand and takes her with her. After coming home, Grandma looks at Song Qinian's hand and says, "You look very weak." And for this, she scolds Shen Qian because he had not taken good care of Song Qinian's health. But Song Qinian gestures that she is fine. Then Grandma says to them, "At the time of your marriage, people were not there. That is why people do not know that Song Qinian is your wife. But now 3 years have passed. Now the time has come for you to make this relationship public." Shen Qian asks, "Grandma, what do you want me to do?" Grandma says, "I want everyone to know that Song Qinian is my granddaughter-in-law and your wife." To this, Shen Qian says, "Song Qinian cannot be my wife." Grandma shouts at him, "If not her, then who else can be? And that Lin Kitong of yours, full of attitude, definitely not. Look at Song Qinian. She is so lovely and kind. Therefore, make her identity public as soon as possible." While saying this, Grandma's health starts to deteriorate slightly. Just then, Shen Qian says to her, "Don't worry, I will take Song Qinian out with me." Then Shen Qian says to her, "Come, I will drop you home." But Grandma insists on staying there tonight. Then she says to them, "You two go and sleep in your bedroom." Shen Qian holds Song Qinian's hand and takes her from there, saying, "But we both sleep in separate bedrooms, now what to do?" Song Qinian gestures that she knows nothing about this. Shen Qian says, "Come on, let's at least leave from here." He brings Song Qinian to his bedroom, and after a while says to her, "I am going to take a bath. When I come back, I don't want to see you here." Song Qinian thinks, if he does not want to see me, then I also do not want to stay in his room. Thinking this, as she opens the door, Grandma is sitting right in front. Grandma asks her, "Where are you going so late at night?" Song Qinian lies to her, "I was feeling a little hungry, but now suddenly I don't feel like eating. I am going to sleep." Saying this, she locks the door. When Shen Qian comes back after bathing, he asks, "Why are you still here?" Song Qinian informs him, "I cannot go out right now." Hearing this, Shen Qian opens the door and sees Grandma sitting opposite. Seeing him, Grandma asks, "Shen Qian, are you hungry too?" At this, Shen Qian locks the door and says to Song Qinian, "It seems that today you will have to help me put on a show." Then he lifts Song Qinian in his arms, lays her on the bed, and is also on top of her. After a while, we see Grandma sitting near their bedroom, listening to the sounds coming from inside the room, feeling happy. And then we see inside that Song Qinian is jumping on the bed. This sound was of her jumping, but Grandma was thinking something else and was very happy. After sitting there for about half an hour, she leaves from there, laughing. Then, Shen Qian also stops Song Qinian from jumping and says, "Rest well. I will take you to the party tomorrow night." Then, in the morning, Song Qinian comes out of his bedroom. Outside, she meets Shen Qian's assistant, Li. Song Qinian asks him, "Did my mom ever ask Shen Qian for money before?" Li first refuses to tell, but then, upon Song Qinian's request, he tells her that she has asked for a lot of money. Then we see Song Qinian's mom, who was sitting with some ladies playing cards. Just then, Song Qinian comes there and picks up their cards and throws them. Seeing this, the other ladies run away from there. Song Qinian's mom, yelling at her, says, "What have you done? Are you my enemy?" Song Qinian asks her, "How much money have you asked from Shen Qian? And why do you still ask him for money?" To this, mom says, "I am his mother-in-law, and he has given me only 200,000 yuan at one time. He is so stingy." Just then, a goon named Mr. Gao comes there with one of his men. Song Qinian's mom had also borrowed money from him, and he had come here to get his money back. But Song Qinian's mom did not have the money to repay his debt. He is threatening Song Qinian's mom. It should probably be threatening her. Mom says to that goon, "This is my daughter. She is the wife of Shen Qian, the CEO of the Shen Group. She will return the money." Gao thinks she is lying. Therefore, he says, "If she is Shen Qian's wife, then I am Shen Qian's dad," and threatening them, he demands his 1 million debt back. Song Qinian asks her mom, "Where is the money you took from Shen Qian?" Mom, crying, tells her, I lost all that money in gambling. Hearing this, both those goons start harassing them. Just then, Shen Qian arrives there with his assistant, and he beats those goons and chases them away. Song Qinian thanks him for his help, and then Shen Qian takes her from there. At night, they both come to the Lin family's birthday party. At the party, as soon as Lin Kitong's younger sister Lainey sees Shen Qian, she happily comes to him and says, We haven't met in a long time, I missed you a lot. Just then, her eyes fall on Song Qinian standing next to Shen Qian. As soon as she sees her, her expression changes, and she angrily pushes Song Qinian, saying, How dare you come to our house? Get out of here! Your dad caused my sister's car accident. Therefore, you are not allowed to come here. She moves forward to hit her, but Shen Qian stops her. Another lady standing there says, her father caused Lin Kitong's accident, and he also kidnapped her for money. Her whole family is useless. Then another lady says, Lin Kitong was such a good girl, but because of Song Qinian, she has been lying in bed for 3 years. Then Lainey also yells at Song Qinian, Why didn't you go into a coma in her place? You are so bad, you should have died long ago. Just then, Shen Qian calms Lainey down, saying, Your family itself sent the invitation for Song Qinian. That is why I brought her here. And whatever wrong happened with your sister, Song Qinian will apologize for it. To this, Lainey says, What happens by apologizing? Do you think what her dad did to my sister will be fixed just by a simple apology? Then Song Qinian gestures to Lainey, It is not my dad's fault. He did nothing, and I will prove this in front of everyone one day. At this, Lainey thinks that perhaps Song Qinian is apologizing to her because she could not understand the gestures. She says to Song Qinian, I forgot that you cannot apologize in words, and if you cannot do that, then kneel before me and bow down to apologize to me. To this, Song Qinian again gestures, My dad did no wrong, so I will not kneel. At this, Lainey says irritably, Do not gesture at me. I do not understand these. Now I am ordering you to kneel and apologize to our family. But Song Qinian does not respond to her words, so Lainey gestures to a waiter. That waiter passes by Song Qinian and trips her, causing Song Qinian to fall right there, and everyone starts making fun of her. Just then, Shen Qian's sister, Miss Shen, arrives there. She scolds Lainey and asks Song Qinian, Sister-in-law, are you okay? Song Qinian tells her, I am fine. Ms. Shen says to her, I asked you to stay, then why did you come here with Shen Qian? Then Ms. Shen says to Lainey, My grandma's health is not good. That is why she sent Song Qinian to this party in her place. But here, you all are harassing her together. Is this how your family behaves with your guests? At this, everyone at the party becomes silent. Lainey says to Shen Qian, Why are you not saying anything to your sister? Do you really consider Song Qinian your wife? Shen Qian first thinks for a bit, and then holds Song Qinian's hand and says, I did not introduce her to you all. This is my wife, Song Qinian. Hearing this, everyone at the party is stunned. Just then, Lainey's mom and dad come there. Dad says to Lainey, All our guests have come here. Why are you bothering someone? To this, Lainey says, I did not bother anyone. This Song Qinian is deliberately ruining your birthday party. At this, Dad scolds her and tells her to go to her room. At this, Lainey's mom gets upset and says to Dad, Because of this girl, one of our daughters has been in a coma for 3 years, and do you want to upset the other one too? Dad, in a stern voice, tells Mom to be quiet. Lainey leaves from there. Dad apologizes to all the guests for the party atmosphere that was just ruined because of Lainey and thanks them for coming to the party. Then he apologizes to Ms. Shen. At this, Ms. Shen says, If you want to apologize not to me, but to Song Qinian. Then Dad says sorry to all of them and leaves from there. After they leave, Ms. Shen says to Shen Qian, Did you bring your wife to the Lin family to be insulted? Shen says, This is my business. Do not interfere in it. Mrs. Shen says, You cannot even protect your wife. What kind of business is this? To this, Shen Qian says, She is just a wife in name. Mrs. Shen says, It is a good thing that Grandma already knew that you would bring Song Qinian to the Lin family and the Lin family would harass her. That is why Grandma sent me here to protect her. Otherwise, who would have known how badly they would harass Song Qinian here today? When Song Qinian goes to get a drink for herself, she meets Guan Mingsu there. He gestures to her. How are you here? He says, Ms. Shen told me you came here, so I also came. Then he says to her, Come, I will take you to see something interesting. But Song Qinian refuses, saying, I came here with Shen Qian. I cannot go with you. Guan Mingsu says, I know you are his wife, but I like you. At this, Song Qinian becomes completely silent and stunned. So, correcting his words, he says, I like to take you to things that make you happy. Shen Qian, standing some distance away, is also watching them both talking. Just then, he comes near them and calls Song Qinian to him. Just then, Lainey announces there, Today is my father's birthday, and on this grand occasion, I have an important surprise for him. And then she tells everyone to go towards the pool. Everyone goes towards the pool. They all are thinking, What could the surprise be? Is there going to be a mermaid dance in the pool? Just then, Lainey reveals, "Today's surprise is my sister." When everyone looks towards her, it is Lin Kitong who has come out of the coma. She is brought in a wheelchair. She had come out of the coma after 3 years, so everyone was very surprised to see her. Lin Kitong's mom and dad just start crying upon seeing her. Shen Qian, who was standing there holding Song Qinyan's hand until now. As soon as he sees Lin Kitong, he lets go of her hand and immediately runs towards Lin Kitong. And coming near her, he asks in a surprised voice, "When did you come out of the coma? Why didn't you tell me?" Lin Kitong says, "I know, in these 3 years, you came to the hospital every day to see me. You never left my side. And do you know that the only reason for me coming out of the coma is only you?" Saying this, she starts crying. Shen Qian wipes her tears, saying, "Now you are starting to get better, but you still need to rest." Lin Kitong asks, "I heard that you married Song Qinyan. You must be very happy now. Did I disturb you both by coming in front of you?" Shen Qian says, No, it is not like what you are thinking. Do not worry, I will explain everything to you." Just then, on Lainey's signal, a waiter pushes Song Qinyan, and she falls into the pool. Shen Qian just stands there to pull her out, but just then Lin Kitong pretends to fall from the wheelchair, and he gets busy supporting her. Over here, Guan Mingshu immediately jumps into the pool to save Song Qinyan. Guan Mingshu brings her out of the pool and takes her to the hospital. Over here, Shen Qian also puts Lin Kitong in his car and takes her to the hospital. As soon as his car leaves from there, another car is parked behind, in which Shen Qian's brother, Shen Qiwen, is sitting. Then we are shown a scene from the past in which Shen Qiwen is taking care of Lin Kitong, and holding her hand, he says, "I am back. Now I will never leave you." Just then, Lin Kitong regains consciousness. Shen Qiwen goes from there to call the doctor, but Lin Kitong stops him. Shen Qiwen asks her, "3 years ago, when you had not gone into a coma, what did you say to me?" Lin Kitong says, "I asked you to make a plan to frame Song Qinyan's father on false charges of my kidnapping, but I never asked you to hurt Shen Qian." Shen Qiwen says angrily, "But I hurt him because I hate him. He can easily get your love, but why can't I? I have been roaming around you like a dog for so many years, but what did I get?" Just then he realizes that Lin Kitong has just come out of a coma. He should not talk to her like this. So, saying sorry to Lin Kitong, he says, "Forgive me. I should not have said all this to you." Lin Kitong asks, "Did you forget our promise?" Shen Qiwen says, "No, I remember. I will always protect you, and whatever you ask me to do, I will do." And then he says, "You rest. I will come to see you again tomorrow." Saying this, he leaves from there. In the morning, when the nurse finds out that Lin Kitong has come out of the coma, she says, "I will inform Shen Qian about this, because he is the one who used to come here every day to see you. Maybe he loves you a lot. That is why I want to give this good news to him immediately." But Lin Kitong stops her and says, "Do not tell Shen Qian about this yet, because I want to give him a surprise." Then Lainey comes to meet her. First, both sisters hug and cry. Then Lainey says, "You have been in a coma for 3 years. Do you even know how worried we all are for you?" Lin Kitong says, "I never thought that I would be lying in bed for 3 years." Lainey tells her, "Shen Qian loves you a lot. He used to come here every day for 3 years to see you." Lin Kitong says, "I just remember that I had a car accident and then I was kidnapped." Here we find out that Lin Kitong was lying to her sister too, because her kidnapping was her and Shen Qiwen's own plan, in which she wanted to frame Song Qinyan's father, and she was also pretending to be in love with Shen Qiwen and using him. Lainey asks her, "Don't you remember when Shen Qian proposed to you?" Lin Kitong remembers that day when she invites Shen Qian to her birthday party, but Shen Qian refuses her and tells her that he is planning to share his feelings with Song Qinyan today, meaning Shen Qian already liked Song Qinyan, not Lin Kitong. But due to his memory loss, Shen Qian has forgotten all this, and when Lin Kitong found out about this, she thinks of taking advantage of Shen Qian. She asks Lainey, "After I went into a coma, is Shen Qian alone?" Lainey tells her, "He married Song Qinyan." Hearing this, Lin Kitong feels bad. Just then, Lainey tells her he did not do this marriage by his choice, but at his grandma's behest because he did not want to hurt her feelings, and he never even considered Song Qinyan his wife. In people's eyes, she is just like his secretary. Lin Kitong thinks to herself, "Now that everyone thinks that I am Shen Qian's true love, then why not let everything remain as it is?" Then we return to the current scene, where Shen Qian is taking Lin Kitong to the hospital. From the other side, Guan Mingshu comes in front of him, carrying Song Qinyan in his arms. Both stop in front of each other for a few seconds, and then Shen Qian brings Lin Kitong to the hospital room. After the checkup, Lin Kitong hugs Shen Qian and says, "I missed you a lot." But Song Qinyan is still on Shen Qian's mind. Lin Kitong asks him, Why are you looking at me like that? Are you not happy about me coming out of the coma? Shen Qian says, I am happy. We all have been waiting for you to come out of the coma for so long. Then Lin Kitong says to him, before the car accident that day, you were about to tell me something, so is there something you want to say to me? Song Qinyan insists on that matter, but he is not remembering anything. On the contrary, his head starts hurting. At this, Lin Kitong gets scared that he might remember something about Song Qinyan, so she forbids Shen Qian from stressing his mind. Then Shen Qian tells her to rest right there. Just then, Lin Kitong says, crying, if I had known that you had married Song Qinyan, I would never have preferred to come out of the coma, and it was I who saved you from the accident. Shen Qian says, I know very well you told me, and Song Qinyan is not my wife, just my secretary. Actually, Song Qinyan has helped you a lot in these 3 years. She has paid the price for her father's mistake, and her blood type matches yours, that is why I kept her with me. Lin Kitong says, if she is just your secretary, then until I get well, can I ask her to take care of me? To this, Shen Qian hesitates a bit and then says yes. Lin Kitong hugs him again, but Shen Qian, even after trying, was not able to hug her back. When Shen Qian comes home, he finds out that Song Qinyan is leaving the house. He asks her, why are you going? Song Qinyan says, Lin Kitong has woken up now. Now you do not need me. At this, Shen Qian says angrily, so you want to break relations with me? Song Qinyan gestures, which relation? We never had any relation. Shen Qian says, did you forget that you are still my secretary? Song Qinyan gestures, how can a secretary live in the boss's place? But Shen Qian angrily grabs her hand and pulls her inside, saying, what do you think? You can just leave me like this. And he starts kissing her nonstop and says, I cannot control myself, but I can control you. And you always force me to lose my control. Amidst this, Song Qinyan thinks to herself, you are lying. You also have feelings for me in your heart. You are just not accepting it. Next morning, Shen Qian is telling the servant lady to make breakfast for Lin Kitong. Just then, Song Qinyan comes there and says to them, I will make breakfast for Lin Kitong and give it to her. Song Qinyan thinks to herself, on this pretext, I will ask her what happened that day. Did my dad really kidnap her? Over here at the hospital, Lainey and Lin Kitong are doing their makeup together. Just then, Song Qinyan comes there with breakfast for them. As soon as Lainey sees her, she flares up at her, saying, what have you come here to do? Lin Kitong tells her, she has brought breakfast for me at Shen Qian's behest. Lainey asks her sister, would you really like to eat food made by her dirty hands? Song Qinyan puts the tiffin right there and starts to leave. But just then, Lin Kitong stops her and says, sit here for a while and rest. At this, Song Qinyan thinks, if my father really kidnapped her, and because of him she was in a coma for 3 years, then shouldn't she hate me? When Song Qinyan sits there, Lin Kitong says to her, I thought about this a lot. Your father hurt me, but you are innocent. I do not hate you because of your father. Then she starts eating the breakfast she made. She takes a piece and dips it in peanut butter and eats it. Seeing this, Song Qinyan is very shocked because Lin Kitong was allergic to peanuts. But still, to frame Song Qinyan, she had deliberately done so. Within a short time, she gets allergies all over her body. Lainey immediately goes to call the doctor. After taking medicines, Lin Kitong gets better, and after a while, Shen Qian comes there. He asks Lin Kitong, what happened to her? She, acting innocent, says, Song Qinyan gave me peanuts and breakfast. Maybe she did not know that I'm allergic to it. Song Qinyan explains her point with gestures. She did not do anything like that. Rather, Lin Kitong deliberately did all this. He does not say anything to this and tells Song Qinyan to come with him. Even after coming out of the room, Song Qinyan explains her point. It is not her fault. Lin Kitong ate peanuts with her own hands, and saying this, she leaves from there in anger. Going home, Song Qinyan is taking a shower. Within a short time, Shen Qian also comes there. Grandma's words are running through his mind. She had said, tomorrow is May 20th. Tomorrow is Song Qinyan's birthday. I have booked the hotel for you people. You have to go there and celebrate her birthday well. Shen Qian starts thinking to himself, am I torturing Song Qinyan or myself? After taking a shower, when Song Qinyan comes into the room, she finds a note there, on which it was written, tomorrow is your birthday. Wait for me at the hotel. Song Qinyan thinks, does he remember my birthday? The next day, when Shen Qian comes to his office, he finds Shen Qian sitting on his chair. He says to him, I told you not to come back. Then why did you come? Did some trouble arise abroad? Or did you run out of money? Shen Qian says, I was missing you. I came to see you. Do you have any problem? Shen Qian says, stop this drama here. This is a company. Shen Qian says, so are you afraid that I might take your place? Shen Qian, in anger, grabs his collar and says, do you want me to hit you? Shen Qian says, yes, hit me, and hit me on my face. But do not forget that I also have a share in this company. And Grandma asked me to come here. Shen Qian calls Grandma and asks, why did you send him here? Grandma says, Shen Qian has grown up now. Give him a chance to learn about the company too, and he will be in front of you, so you will explain to him properly too. Saying this, Grandma cuts the call. Then Shen Qian tells him about another department and says, go there and learn about designs and do not create any problem for me. Then Shen Qian leaves from there. Over here, Song Xinian was looking very happy. She was going to the hotel to celebrate her birthday with Shen Qian. As soon as she sits in the car to go there, the driver looks at her and gives a conspiratorial smile, and then drives off with her. Song Xinian was very happy. She thinks to herself, in the last 3 years, this is the first time Shen Qian is going to celebrate her birthday. But Shen Qian, over here, was boxing with Guan Mingshu. After going some distance, Song Xinian sees that the driver is not taking her to the hotel, but onto a deserted road. She starts getting scared and takes out her phone, thinking of calling Shen Qian, but there are no signals in that place. But after a while, when she gets some signal there, she messages Shen Qian. After going a short distance, that driver stops the car and makes Song Xinian unconscious right there with chloroform. Over here, Shen Qian and Guan Mingsu, who were very tired after boxing, were sitting and relaxing. After a little while, when Shen Qian opens his phone, he sees messages from Song Xinian. Seeing them, he knows that Song Xinian is in some trouble. He immediately leaves from there. Guan Mingzhu asks him what happened to Song Xinian, and he also leaves with Shen Qian on his bike. Then we see Song Xinian, who has been kidnapped by that same goon, Gao, and they are harassing her. Song Xinian is still thinking about Shen Qian at this time and is wishing that he would come there to save her. A little while later, Shen Qian and Guan Mingshu, tracking her location, arrive there. They both fight those goons and rescue Song Xinian. Shen Qian says to Song Xinian, "Sorry, I was late in coming," and then he lifts her in his arms and takes her from there. Then we see Shen Kaiwen. He was the one who had Song Xinian kidnapped. He was calling Gao and scolding him, saying, "You could not even do this small job." Then he comes to the hospital to meet Lin Kitong. Lin Kitong was looking very angry because Song Xinian's kidnapping was a plan of both of them, and that plan had failed due to Shen Qian reaching there. Shen Kaiwen says, "Do not worry. Shen Qian did not find out anything about us. He only knows Gao." Lin Kitong says, "I made a mistake by thinking mute girls are weak. He did not come to see me last night. He must have been with her. I forgot how she had trapped Shen Qian in her love before. I did not expect that Shen Qian would still care so much for her." Saying this, she angrily starts getting off her bed, but Shen Kaiwen comes and sits near her, saying, "You have just recovered. You should not walk on the floor right now." He makes Lin Kitong sit on the bed again. Lin Kitong says to him, "I have to make Shen Qian believe that the one he loves the most is me, not that mute girl. This thing about Shen Qian hurts me a lot." Shen Kaiwen says, "He has hurt you, yet you will still choose him?" Lin Kitong says, "Yes, I will choose him. I have waited a long time for him." Just then, Lin Kitong remembers that she had once stolen that whistle of Song Xinian, which Shen Qian had gifted her. She says, "I remembered what I have to do now." Then we see Song Xinian, who is sleeping on the bed. Next to her, Shen Qian was sitting holding her hand, and he was sleeping while sitting. Just then, he starts remembering some blurred scenes from his past, in which he sees those flowers that he had brought for Song Xinian, and he also sees the whistle that he had gifted to Song Xinian. With this, he gets a sharp pain in his head, and his eyes open. Shen Qian says to himself, "I had the same dream again, the same flowers and the same city. I feel like I have seen that city somewhere before." Next scene, Song Xinian comes and meets a boy, Zhou Lot, whom she had asked to investigate her father's accident. Zhou Lot tells her, "In your father's car, whatever tools were found, Lin Kitong's DNA has been found on them. This must be her conspiracy. But she did not do this work alone. Someone else must also be involved in this. But do not worry, I will find more clues and come to meet you again." Saying this, he leaves from there. As soon as Song Xinian turns to leave from there, Shen Qian comes there and says to her, "When you woke up, why did not you tell me? But never mind, come inside." Saying this, he holds her hand and takes her from there. At night, they both go to Grandma's house for dinner. After dinner, Shen Qian is saying to his assistant Li, "Just as I lost my memory, if I loved someone before losing my memory, would I still love the same person after losing my memory?" Li says, "Yes, it can happen. Because you have lost only a part of your memory, you have not lost your entire memory. Therefore, even if the mind forgets that thing, your heart will remember that feeling." Hearing this, Shen Qian thinks, "If that is the case, then why am I not able to accept Lin Kitong as my lover? But I want to go near Song Xinian. I like being close to her." Then he has come to talk about a deal with a business partner, along with Song Xinian. After the deal is finalized, they both come to their room. Song Xinian tells him, "During college time, I had a crush on him." Shen Qian asks, is this true that you used to like me? Song Chinian says, yes, I used to, before, but now this matter does not hold importance. They both look at each other intently and very lovingly. Then they start kissing each other nonstop, and then they have a one-night stand. In the morning, when Shen Qian's eyes open, he sees Song Chinian sleeping right next to him. Just then, he gets a call from Lin Kitong from the hospital, and he leaves from there. He goes to the hospital to meet Lin Kitong. Lin Kitong tells him, now I can walk. But after walking just a little, she stumbles, but Shen Qian supports her. Lin Kitong says to him, I am not fully recovered yet. Is that why you are rejecting me? I have waited for you for so long, but you never talked about marrying me. Shen Qian is about to say something to her. Just then, Lin Kitong again says, crying, I am very jealous of Song Chinian. Divorce her for me. Hearing this, Shen Qian becomes completely silent, as if he does not want to do this. Then he says to Lin Kitong, I do not want to hurt Song Chinian anymore. Saying this, he lets go of her hand. Just then, Lin Kitong forcibly hugs him, but Shen Qian separates her from himself. Just then, Lin Kitong shows him the same whistle that Shen Qian had given to Song Chinian, and which she had stolen from Song Chinian. Showing it to Shen Qian, she says, we both had this whistle. The one I had the letter of your name written on it, and yours had the letter of my name written on it. When you gave this to me, you told me that you will always protect me. Even if you forgot your promise, I remember everything. Shen Qian believes her words and hugs her too. The next day, Shen Qian is sitting in his office looking at that whistle. Just then, Song Chinian brings coffee for him. He immediately tells her to leave from there. After that, looking at that same whistle, he says, this whistle shows that the one I loved before losing my memory was Lin Kitong. Then Song Chinian comes to the hospital to meet her dad, who is much better now. Just then, Lainey and Lin Kitong see her coming there. Lin Kitong asks, what is she doing here? Lainey tells her, her father is admitted in this hospital. Shen Qian has also kept a special doctor for him. Lin Kitong says, I did not know he would do so much for Song Chinian. Song Chinian is very happy to meet her father and emotionally asks him, how are you now? Dad tells her, I am much better now. Shen Qian has called very good doctors to treat me. He has helped me a lot. He will keep you very happy in the future too. Song Chinian says, yes, Shen Qian and his grandma are both very good to me. Then Song Chinian tells him, I am currently investigating that kidnapping case, but Dad forbids her from doing so. Song Chinian says, Lin Kitong is fine now. I think she will give the right testimony for you, because she must know that the one who kidnapped her was not you. Then Song Chinian asks, when you did not kidnap Lin Kitong, then why did you accept this? Dad gets a little scared and forbids her. Do not investigate this matter. Song Chinian says, I just want to know the truth. That is why I am doing this. Dad says, whatever happened was all just my fault. So stop the investigation. His health starts to deteriorate a bit, and he says to Song Chinian, you have always been stubborn. Even after growing up, you have not changed at all. But for me, as long as you and your mom are safe, nothing else matters to me. Song Chinian asks, why are you talking like this? Shen Qian is there to protect me, isn't he? You just tell me the truth. Otherwise, I will never get respect in the Shen family. At this, Dad tells her, a man who threatened me and asked me to cause Shen Qian's accident. He told me that he had kidnapped you. He also had a video of your kidnapping. He said that if I do not agree to his demand, he will harm you. We see in the flashback that the man who was threatening Song Chinian's dad was none other than Shen Kaiwen. Hearing Dad's words, Song Chinian starts crying and says, so, you did all this for me. Dad says, I can do anything for you. Song Chinian tells him, but 3 years ago I was not kidnapped, and no video of me was made. Whatever you saw was all fake. At this, Dad is also very shocked. Then Song Chinian asks him, what did the man who threatened you look like? Dad tells her, I do not remember much, but he had a scar on his face. When Song Chinian is going home from the hospital, she meets Lin Kitong on the way. She asks her to come with her, but Song Chinian ignores her and starts leaving. So Lin Kitong calls out, I remembered something about the truth from 3 years ago. Do you not want to know that? At this, Song Chinian gets into her car, and they both leave from there. Right behind them, Shen Qian was in his car and he follows them. Lin Kitong and Song Chinian come to a place. Lin Kitong says to her, 3 years ago your dad caused my accident for money. When Shen Qian came with money to save me, he caused his accident too. And this is the only truth. At this, Song Chinian shakes her head no and gestures, you are lying. Lin Kitong says, yes, I am lying. Actually, my kidnapping was not done by your dad, but by someone else. And I will accept this truth only when you divorce Shen Qian. I love Shen Qian very much. When you divorce him, I will agree to everything you say. Whatever you ask me to do, I will do it all. At this, Song Chinian agrees, and typing on her phone says, I will divorce Shen Qian. Just then, Shen Qian also arrives there. In front of him, Lin Kitong says, lying, Song Chinian told me that if I give false testimony for her father, that he did not kidnap me, then in return, she will divorce you. She does not love you at all, and she also shows him Song Chinian's message. At this, Shen Qian gets very angry. Song Chinian tries to explain her point, but he leaves from there without listening to her. Then Lin Kitong comes to the hospital and meets Song Chinian's dad. Dad is happy to see her at first and says, Song Chinian told me that you will testify for me in court and will say that I did not kidnap you. Lin Kitong says, you are even more stupid than your daughter. I lied to you people. I will not give any testimony for you, and I was the one who planned my kidnapping because I wanted to keep Song Chinian away from Shen Qian. But still, she married Shen Qian, and that is why I did this little drama to get them divorced. And all her words are being recorded on the hospital's camera. Hearing her words, Dad's health starts deteriorating again, and after a while, he dies. Lin Kitong leaves him there just like that and goes away. Over here, we see Song Chinian, who is sitting with a report card. It was her pregnancy report. Just then, she gets a call from the hospital that her father has died. Hearing this, she starts crying, and then suddenly a voice comes out of her mouth. Dad! Then we see Song Chinian, her mom, and everyone at Dad's grave, where Song Chinian's mom is crying a lot, and Song Chinian is consoling her. After a while, Lin Kitong and Lainey also arrive there. Lin Kitong had brought flowers to pretend to be good, but Song Chinian's mom picks up those flowers and throws them, and angrily yells, because of you, he was in jail for 3 years, and today when he is dead, you have come here to mourn him. At this, Lainey says, your dad kidnapped my sister, and because of him, she had an accident, and she was in a coma for 3 years. My sister is very good, that is why she has come here. At this, Song Chinian gets angry and goes and pulls Lainey and slaps her. Seeing this, as soon as Lin Kitong says something to her, Song Chinian slaps her too. Just then, Shen Qian comes forward and says to Song Chinian, what is all this you are doing? At this, Song Chinian lands a slap on him too. Lin Kitong is about to say something again. Just then Guan Mingsu comes to Song Chinian's side and tells those people to leave from there. Shen Qian is sitting in his house when Miss Shen comes and places a chip in front of him and says, this is the video from Song Chinian's dad's hospital room. Maybe Song Chinian will not be able to bear this, so you watch it first. When Shen Qian watches the video, he learns the entire truth about Lin Kitong. He also finds out that it was not Song Chinian's dad's fault, and his accident and that kidnapping were all Lin Kitong's own conspiracy. Along with him, Song Chinian had also seen that video. She says to Shen Qian, see, this is the true color of that Lin Kitong. After watching that video, Shen Qian was also very sad. Just then, Lin Kitong calls him and asks him to come and meet her. Over here, we see Lin Kitong, who was standing wearing a wedding dress, and Lainey was busy praising her. Just then, Song Chinian comes there. Lin Kitong says to her, you have never worn a wedding dress in your life, so have you come here to see my dress? Shen Qian also arrives there. Lainey, who was repeatedly insulting Song Chinian and speaking ill of her. Just then, for the first time, Song Chinian speaks and scolds her to be quiet. Hearing her voice, everyone is shocked. Lainey, surprised, says, can you speak now? Just then, Song Chinian comes to Lin Kitong and shows her pregnancy report. Seeing it, Lin Kitong is blown away and she says, no, this is impossible. And she starts yelling at Song Chinian. At this, Song Chinian once again slaps Lin Kitong and says, whatever you did to my dad, I will take revenge for all of it. Saying this, she comes to Shen Qian and says to him, come on, let's get divorced now. Saying this, she leaves from there. Lin Kitong says to Shen Qian, Song Chinian is lying. She must have gotten this fake pregnancy report made to separate us. Shen Qian says to her, whatever it is, I cannot marry you, because I am already married to Song Chinian. She is my wife, and I also know that her dad's death happened because of you. So now you stop lying. Saying this, he leaves from there. When Shen Qian is crossing the road to come to his car, a car comes in front of him. And this becomes the exact same scene as what had happened once before, when Shen Qian's memory was lost. But when the same scene repeats, his memory returns. He finds out that it was Song Chinian who was his true love. Just then, that driver stops the car and says to Shen Qian, why are you standing in the middle of the road? Do you want to die? Shen Qian immediately comes home and takes out his old phone from the box. Its lock opens with Song Chinian's birth date. In it, there are many photos of him with Song Chinian. Now, Shen Qian's entire lost memory returns. The bad behavior Shen Qian had shown towards Song Chinian until now, he was feeling regret for it and was angry at himself. Then he comes to meet Song Chinian and is standing in the rain waiting for her. When Song Chinian comes from there with an umbrella, he says sorry to her. Song Chinian says, I have endured a lot of pain in these 3 years, but now I cannot give myself more trouble. Saying this, she takes off her wedding ring, throws it right there, and leaves from there. Shen Qian, stopping her, says, what about our child? Do Do you want him to never get his dad's love? Song Chinian says, you do not deserve to be a good father. Saying this, she leaves. Shen Qian picks up the ring from there. The next day, when Song Chinian meets Shen Qian, he asks her to come with him and says sorry for his mistakes. Then he puts that ring on Song Chinian's finger. Just then, they get a call from Grandma. Grandma says to Shen Qian, Song Chinian is pregnant. Bring her home immediately. Song Chinian comes to Grandma's house with Shen Qian. Grandma says to Song Chinian, if anything wrong happens with you now, I will take a stand for you. And then she also convinces Song Chinian not to divorce Shen Qian and also scolds Shen Qian. Then Ms. Shen shows Shen Qian's childhood album to Song Chinian. In it, Song Chinian sees Shen Qiwen's photo and asks, who is this? Ms. Shen tells her, this is our uncle's son. After uncle and auntie's death, he lives with us. Song Chinian sees that that boy has the exact same scar on his face as her dad had described, the one who had forced him to cause the accident. Then we see Shen Qiwen and Lin Kitong together. Lin Kitong says to him, Song Chinian is pregnant, but I want to kill her child, and you will have to do this work for me. At this, Shen Qiwen agrees. Over here, Shen Qian is busy convincing Song Chinian. He says to her, forgive me for whatever I did before, but in the future, I will show you by becoming a good father and a good husband. Please trust me one time. Song Chinian does not say anything. She remains silent. Then, they come to the party. This party was organized by Shen Qian himself. Just then, Shen Qiwen also arrives at that party, and he starts bothering Song Chinian. Just then, Song Chinian falls, and Shen Qiwen leaves from there. Song Chinian starts bleeding a lot. Shen Qian immediately takes her to the hospital. There, he is told that her child has died. Hearing this, Song Chinian becomes very sad. Shen Qian holds her hand to console her, but Song Chinian pushes him away from herself and says, who is this? Everyone is shocked because now Song Chinian's memory was lost, and she was thinking that Guan Mingsu was her husband. Shen Qian was trying to remind her about himself, but Song Chinian was running away from him. Just then, the nurse comes and tells them, Song Chinian's mental health is not good, so you people should not stay here. She will get upset seeing more people. Over here, Shen Qiwen was telling Lin Kitong on the phone, our plan was successful, her child is dead, and she has also lost her memory. Just then, Shen Qian comes running to him and lands a strong punch on his face, knocking him down. And while beating him, says, I told you many times before not to create any more trouble. But still, you harmed Song Chinian. They both start fighting with each other. Just then, Assistant Li and Ms. Shen go there and stop both of them. Then they all leave from there. Song Chinian had forgotten Shen Qian. He was very upset about this and was sitting in a bar drinking a lot. Just then, Lin Kitong comes there, and seeing him so drunk, she gives a cold smile and says, come, I will take you to your room. She brings him and lays him on the bed in the room. Shen Qian was very drunk. He had no idea where he was or who was with him. Just then, Lin Kitong clicks some pictures of herself with him. Then she comes to meet Song Chinian. Seeing her, Song Chinian says, Lin Kitong, it is you. I have not seen you since graduation. Here we find out that Song Chinian had lost only her 3 years of memory. Before that, she remembered everything. Right now, Song Chinian only remembered that Lin Kitong is a good girl and studies with her in college. But Lin Kitong was thinking that Song Chinian is only pretending to have lost her memory. That is why the photos she had taken with Shen Qian last night, she shows them to Song Chinian, so that seeing them, Song Chinian would feel that Shen Qian is cheating on her. But Song Chinian smiles slightly after seeing those photos and says, you have become so naughty. And who is this man with you? And why are you showing me your private photos? Lin Kitong still felt that Song Chinian was lying and was just pretending to have memory loss. But just then, Guan Mingsu grabs her hand, pulls her out of the house, and tells her to leave. But when Lin Kitong does not listen, he throws water on her face. She gets very irritated by this and leaves from there in anger. The next day, Guan Mingsu comes to Shen Qian's office to meet him, and placing those same photos of him and Lin Kitong in front of him says, what kind of sick joke is this? Yesterday, Lin Kitong came to Song Chinian with this photo. Seeing those photos, Shen Qian becomes completely silent and says, I do not know about this, because last night I was very drunk. At this, Guan Mingsu says, you do not need to explain this to me, and I have come here today to warn you, never to bother Song Chinian again. At this, Shen Qian seriously gets up from his chair and says to Guan Mingsu, if Song Chinian had not lost her memory, do you think you would get a chance to be with her? Guan Mingsu says, yes, I know. She would not be with me, but you also do not forget how badly you treated her in the past 3 years. If you had even a little guilt about this, you would control that Lin Kitong. Saying this, Guan Mingsu starts to leave. Just then, Shen Qian says angrily, you cannot criticize me for this. Guan Mingsu says, Song Chinian only recognizes me now. After a few days, Song Chinian and I are going to the village to meet Grandma. Saying this, he gives him a slight smile and leaves from there. After hearing his words, Shen Qian is very angry. He comes to Lin Kitong and, yelling at her, says, "Why are you doing this?" Just then, Lin Kitong lies to him again. "When I came out of the coma, I was very happy, because I found out that the one you like is me." At this, Shen Qian says angrily, "Stop lying. I remember everything now. I also remember that the one I liked was Song Qinian, not you. And the day my accident happened, I was going to confess my feelings to Song Qinian. So now stop this drama of yours." Hearing all this, Lin Kitong is shocked and says, "How can this be? When did you remember all this?" He yells at her, "Now you return that whistle of Song Qinian to me." Lin Kitong, with trembling hands, returns that whistle to him. Shen Qian says to her, "I am giving you this last warning. If you dare to bother Song Qinian again, I guarantee that I will not leave you and your family unharmed." Saying this, as Shen Qian starts to leave, Lin Kitong stops him and says, "Do not leave me. Song Qinian does not even remember you now." At this, Shen Qian says, "It does not matter if she does not remember. I will start my story again, and this time, I never want to see you again." Saying this, he leaves from there. Lin Kitong, who was very upset, was just not able to accept that even after so much planning, she had lost. Just then, Shen Qiwen comes to her and says, "Do not worry, I am still with you." Saying this, he hugs her. Over here, Song Qinian has come to her grandma's house with Guan Mingshu. Grandma was looking very weak, so Song Qinian says to her, "If your health is not good, then we should go to the hospital immediately." Grandma is shocked to see that Song Qinian can speak now. She asks her, "You have started speaking now. When did this happen?" Song Qinian says, "First, you tell me your health is good. You said on the call that your health was bad." Grandma says, "I am perfectly fine, and I lied to call you here. If I had not said that, would you have come to see me so soon? I was missing you." Song Qinian says, "Oh, so that is it. You scared me." Then Song Qinian introduces Guan Mingshu to Grandma and tells her, "This is my husband, Guan Mingshu." Grandma does not remember this name well, so she says to Song Qinian, "This is all your fault. You did not even come to see me for 3 years. That is why I even forgot your husband's name." At this, Guan Mingshu says, "No, it is not Song Qinian's fault. But never mind. From now on, Song Qinian and I will come to see you often." Then Grandma says, "You did not even give me notice about your arrival, so I have not made any preparations. But you people wait for a little while. I will make noodles for both of you right now." But Song Qinian stops her and says, "Do not trouble yourself." Then Grandma tells both of them to go inside and rest. They leave from there. After they leave, Grandma thinks, "But I heard that Song Qinian's husband's name is Shen Qian." Over here, Shen Qiwen had found out the secrets of some shareholders of Shen Qian's company, and with their help, he was blackmailing those people so that they would help him remove Shen Qian and make him the CEO of the company. Over here in the village, Song Qinian's grandma makes breakfast for both of them. They were sitting down to have breakfast. Just then, Shen Qian arrives there. Grandma was very happy to see him and asked him to sit with her and have breakfast. But Guan Mingshu was not happy to see him there. And Song Qinian, she probably did not even want to see him. She says to him, "You would not have come this far just to eat this free breakfast, so now tell me, why are you here?" At this, Grandma says, "I invited him. He has come here to help me in my wine business." Saying this, Grandma winks at Shen Qian, and he also, agreeing with her, says, "Yes, Grandma is right. I have come here to help her in her business." At this, Song Qinian says to Grandma, "But Grandma, when did you meet him? He seems like a total fraud to me." Just then, Guan Mingshu says to him, "This is my new assistant." Shen Qian thinks that maybe Guan Mingshu is speaking on his side. But just then, Guan Mingshu says to him, "Assistant Shen, I can handle Grandma's business alone, so you can leave from here now?" Shen Qian, controlling his anger, says, "Sir, I think you cannot handle this business alone." Guan Mingshu says, "Okay, so what will you do by staying here?" At this, Shen Qian falls into thought, and then picks up the wine kept there and says, "I can drink wine with you." Then a competition starts between them about who can drink more. Song Qinian and Grandma are explaining to both of them, "Do not drink too much. It will have a bad effect on your health." But both of them are not stopping. Then they both get very drunk. Song Qinian supports Guan Mingshu and takes him from there. Just then, Shen Qian stands up, holds her hand, and says, "Do you really not remember anything? Whatever I did before was my mistake, but now I love you. Do not leave me." Song Qinian frees her hand from him and says, "You are drunk? Sit here. I will bring soup for you." Saying this, she leaves from there with Guan Mingshu, and Shen Qian sits near Grandma. Then we see Shen Qiwen. He comes home. Just then, Grandma yells at him, "If I had not called you, maybe you would never have come to see me. I just want to ask you, why did you cause Song Chinian's miscarriage?" Shen Qiwen says, "I did not do anything like that. I have nothing to do with it. I just hate Shen Qian, and I do not like Song Chinian either. But their child was innocent. How could I harm that child? I'm not that bad. What would I even get by doing this?" Hearing his emotional words, Grandma becomes silent and sits in a corner. Then, he sits near Grandma and says to her, "In all these years, did you ever consider me a member of your family? Did you ever, even for a moment, consider me your grandson?" At this, Grandma says, "If I did not consider you my grandson, would I ever have given you permission to come to the company?" Shen Qiwen says, "You just say that out of pity for me. Do you think I only need your pity? When I was young, I always wanted you to love me, care for me, be proud of me too. But you never did that. Your entire focus has only been on Shen Qian." At this, Grandma says, "So, is that why you have created so much trouble in the company? Stop whatever you are doing, because you can never compete with Shen Qian." At this, Shen Qiwen says, "If you interfere in this matter to help Shen Qian, then you will be left with only one grandson." Saying this, he starts to leave from there. But Grandma was a little scared by his words. She stops him and says, "If that is the case, then I will not interfere in this matter anymore." At this, Shen Qiwen smiles and leaves from there. The scene returns to the village where Song Qinian was sitting. Just then, some ladies from that area come to meet Song Qinian. One lady among them says to Song Qinian, "We have not seen you in a long time. You have become even more beautiful now." Song Qinian tells them, "Grandma has gone out just now. Until then, you people sit." At this, they all are shocked because they had never heard Song Qinian speak before. At this, they are also happy that she can speak now. Then they ask Song Qinian, "We heard that you have brought your husband with you here this time." Just then, they see Shen Qian and Guan Mingxu standing there, and they ask Song Qinian, "Which of these two is your husband?" At this, she holds Guan Mingxu's hand and tells all of them, "This is my husband." Seeing this, Shen Qian becomes very upset. Those ladies say to Guan Mingxu, "It has been so many years since your marriage, then why did you not bring Song Qinian here, even once in all these years?" At this, Guan Mingxu says, "Yes, this is my mistake. I was not so good before. Maybe I had become blind. I could not see how good Song Qinian is for me. But now I will be good for her." Just then, Song Qinian, praising him, says, "My husband is very good. He can do all the household chores." Shen Qian, standing right there, is listening to all their talk and is quietly busy with his sweeping. Then, those ladies give some gifts to Song Qinian and say, "We could not come to your wedding, so we are giving these gifts to you now." Those gifts are quite many, and Song Qinian is not able to handle them. So Guan Mingxu picks up those gifts and gives them to Shen Qian, saying, "Assistant Shen, take these inside and keep them." Shen Qian, who was busy working like a servant, takes all the stuff and goes inside. After a while, Shen Qian gets a call from the company. Guan Mingxu comes near him and asks, "What happened?" Shen Qian tells him, "Something has happened in the company. I have to go back right now." At this, Guan Mingxu says, "Yes, I want you to get out of here quickly." Shen Qian says to him, "You take good care of Song Qinian here. After solving the company's matter, I will come back." Saying this, he starts to leave. Just then, Guan Mingxu says to him, "If you need anything, call me." After a while, those ladies also leave from there. Song Qinian asks Guan Mingxu, "Where did that assistant of yours go?" Guan Mingxu tells her, "He just said that something has happened in his company." Saying this, he left quickly. Over here, when Shen Qian comes to his company, Shen Qiwen is sitting on his chair there. Shen Qian says to him, "You get out of here quickly. This is not your place." Shen Qiwen says, "Who will be given the responsibility to run the company? The company's shareholders can decide. After you left from here, the company had gone into a lot of loss, and at that time, I came forward and made 3 big deals, and that is why I can now become the president of this company." Hearing his words, Shen Qian looks towards the shareholders, but they avoid eye contact with him. Shen Qian, in anger, grabs his collar and says, "I give you just 10 minutes. After that, I better not see you here." Saying this as he starts to leave, Shen Qiwen says to him, "You can ask Grandma about this. See who she will help this time." Over here, Song Qinian is leaving from her grandma's village. She hugs Grandma and says, "Take care of yourself. I will miss you a lot." Then they both say bye to Grandma and sit in the car. Guan Mingxu says to her, "If you want to stay with your grandma for some more time, you can?" At this, Song Qinian says, "No, I have taken an appointment to meet someone." Then they both leave from there. Song Qinian comes there and meets Zhou Lot. who was investigating her father's accident. But when Song Chinian comes to meet Jo Lot this time, she does not recognize who he is. He tells her his name and introduces himself. He says, "You were the one who asked me to bring photos of Shen Kiwen before his surgery and asked to investigate this matter." At this, Song Chinian says, "How can I ask you to keep an eye on someone?" Jo Lot had brought photos of Shen Kiwen, but Song Chinian, looking at those photos, says, "Why are you showing me these? What do they mean?" He says, "Do you not remember that we are investigating that kidnapping case? And now I am completely sure about this, that the one who supported Lin Kitong in the kidnapping 3 years ago was Shen Kiwen." But Song Chinian was not understanding his words at all, because she did not remember anything. Just then he says, "Do you not remember how your dad died?" Hearing his words, Song Chinian becomes serious, and she starts vaguely remembering her lost memory. But she still does not remember everything clearly. Then she asks Jo Lot to tell her about this in detail. Then she comes to meet Shen Kiwen with Guan Mingshu. Song Chinian asks Shen Kiwen, "Have we ever met before?" Guan Mingshu tells her, "He was abroad until now. Then how could you have met him?" Actually, Guan Mingshu had come here for a collaboration with Shen Kiwen, and they both were talking about this. After a while, Guan Mingshu gets an urgent message and he leaves from there. Now Shen Kiwen, looking at Song Chinian, is thinking, 3 years ago Shen Qian forgot her, and now she has forgotten him and is with Guan Mingshu. Over here, Shen Qian was very drunk, and he was in her bedroom with Lin Kitong. Shen Qian says to Lin Kitong, "Song Chinian never truly loved me. She always kept lying to me." At this, Lin Kitong says happily, "Finally you realize that it is I who truly loves you." Then Shen Qian says, "If you love me, then why are you helping Shen Kiwen and making such a big deal?" Lin Kitong says to him, "If I did not do this, you would not have come to me today. I supported him to get you." Then he clicks his pictures with her, putting a blindfold over Shen Qian's eyes. Over here, Song Chinian was busy talking very nicely with Shen Kiwen. Just then, those pictures that Shen Qian had just clicked with Lin Kitong come on Shen Kiwen's phone. As soon as he sees those pictures, Shen Kiwen runs into their bedroom in anger and looks. Lin Kitong was still lying on the bed. Seeing her like this, he is very hurt. He asks Lin Kitong, "What are you doing with him?" But Shen Qian pushes him down and says, "This is a matter between him and Lin Kitong. Do not interfere in it." Shen Kiwen asks him, "Why are you with Lin Kitong? And what about Song Chinian?" At this, Shen Qian says, "As soon as I divorce her, after that, Lin Kitong and I will get married." Hearing this, he first starts laughing like a madman, then says to Lin Kitong, "Why are you only after him? Do you not see my love? For so many years I have been loving you silently and unconditionally. I even did so many wrong things for you, became a villain in people's eyes, but you do not see any of that. I am still giving you a chance to think about this properly one more time." At this, Lin Kitong says to Shen Qian, "Do not listen to his words. He is mad. He's saying anything." Hearing this, Shen Kiwen starts laughing and says to Lin Kitong, "There is not only one mad person in this room. There are 2 mad people in this room. And that second mad person is you, in which I am mad for you. And you are mad for Shen Qian." Hearing this, Lin Kitong slaps him twice. But the third time, Shen Kiwen grabs her hand and says, "I will tell Shen Qian your truth. Will he still marry you then?" Hearing this, Shen Qian asks him, "What truth?" Then Shen Kiwen tells him, "Lin Kitong did not save your life to save you. Rather, that was all an act planned by me and Lin Kitong, and she was the one who got her video made and blackmailed Song Chinian's father." Then we are shown those scenes in flashback that both of them had planned. After knowing the whole truth, Shen Qian grabs his collar in anger. Lin Kitong was repeatedly stopping him. "Do not do all this." After a while, Song Chinian comes into that room. Shen Qian comes to Song Chinian, holds her hand, and kisses it. Seeing this, Lin Kitong is very shocked and says, "This means the things you said to me just now were all fake. You are lying to me." At this, Song Chinian says, "Even if we lied to you this time, what about you? You told one lie after another. Did you never get tired of lying?" Lin Kitong says to her, "When did all this start?" Then we are shown a flashback scene when once Guan Mingshu and Shen Qian had drunk too much, and after that, Song Chinian brings soup for him. Just then, after drinking the soup, Shen Qian says to her, "Forgive me for what I did, but please do not leave me. Now I will not make any mistake, and I will try everything to give you a good life. I will do everything for your happiness." At this, Song Chinian says, "If you can do something good for me, it is just this, that you sign the divorce papers and leave my life." But he refuses to do so and starts telling her about their past, how we met in college and we had a good relationship. Hearing all this, Song Chinian becomes very emotional and then says, "I have already said that I am going to divorce you. Then why are you telling me all this?" Just then, Shen Qian takes out that same whistle from his pocket and shows it to her, saying, "Do you remember this? He puts that whistle in Song Chinian's hand and says, "Whatever I did with you before, I cannot make up for it, but I promise that I will give you a very good future ahead. Please give me one chance." Song Chinian says, "Okay, I will give you one chance, but you will have to support me in one thing. I want to hear the truth of Lin Kitong and Shen Qiwen from their own mouths, and I want to take revenge for what they both did to my dad and me." At this, Shen Qian agrees. Then she comes out and meets Guan Mingshu and says, "Did you hear everything?" He says, "That day in the hospital when you asked me for help, only then I knew that one day this would happen." Meaning, Song Chinian was pretending to have lost her memory all this time, and Guan Mingsu was supporting her in this. He says to Song Chinian, "I just want to see you happy. And anyway, we both will remain friends, right?" At this, she smiles. The scene returns to that same hotel room where these four were present. Song Chinian says to Lin Kitong, "You are so cruel. You used Shen Qiwen to ruin my and Shen Qian's life. You killed my dad." But even here, Shen Qiwen protects Lin Kitong and says to Song Chinian, "I did all this. It has nothing to do with Lin Kitong," but Lin Kitong really could not see his love. She was still after Shen Qian and says to him, "I have loved you for so many years, but still, how can you give my place to Song Chinian?" At this, Shen Qian says to her, "I think you are sick. You do not need me. You need a psychiatrist." Just then, Shen Qiwen takes out a knife and stabs Shen Qian in the stomach. He says to him, "All this is happening because of you. I will kill you." In the next scene, we see Shen Qian being taken to the hospital. He was in the operation theater. Outside, Song Chinian and assistant Li were very worried for him, and Guan Mingshu was explaining to her, "Do not worry. Shen Qian will be fine." Shen Qian's assistant, Li, he was also very worried for him. After a short while, Miss Shen and Grandma also arrived there. Grandma explains to Song Chinian, "Do not cry. You need to be strong. He will be fine." After the operation, Shen Qian regains consciousness. He sees that Song Chinian was sitting right beside him. As soon as she sees that Shen Qian has regained consciousness, she becomes very happy and says, "You regained consciousness. Are you in pain? Should I bring something for you to eat?" But Shen Qian stops her and says, "Do not go anywhere. Just stay with me." Song Chinian says, "I am right here. I am not going anywhere." Shen Qian says, "I am very lucky. That time in the car accident and this time from that knife, I survived both." He once again says sorry to Song Chinian and apologizes for the torture he inflicted on her in the past 3 years. Song Chinian says, "Forget all those old things now." Shen Qian says, "From the beginning to the end, the one I loved was only you." Song Chinian kisses his hand and says, "I love you too." And then she starts crying because she was very hurt to see Shen Qian in this condition. Guan Mingshu, standing outside their room, was listening to their conversation. Just then, assistant Li goes and puts his hand on his shoulder. Guan Mingshu says, "You came suddenly. I got scared seeing you." Li says to him, "These two are going to be together from life to death, so you are not going to get a chance in the future either. So now you should give up." Guan Mingshu says, "Does this mean there is no chance now? But never mind. As long as Song Chinian is happy, nothing else matters to me." At this, assistant Li says, "Wow, you are very noble." Guan Mingshu says, "Yes, there is no doubt about that." Then they both leave from there. Then we see Song Chinian and Shen Qian at Song Chinian's dad's grave. Song Chinian says, "You always wanted to drink with me, but we never got this chance. So today, we both will drink here together." Then she says, "Dad, you know, I can speak now, but now you cannot hear me. Shen Qiwen and Lin Kitong have been punished for their bad deeds, and I have cleared all the accusations against you." Then Song Chinian says, "I have good news too. I am going to marry Shen Qian." Last, then they both come from there. Shen Qian gives flowers to Song Chinian and says, "These flowers mean to silently always protect someone. And I also want to tell you that, like these flowers, I too always want to protect you. I always want to be with you." Then Song Chinian blows that same whistle, and Shen Qian gives her a small kiss and then lovingly hugs her. And with this loving moment, this drama has a happy ending.